Alright my people, we back with another video on CSS. So we already pretty much learned what CSS is and how to use CSS and where we can apply CSS. So that pretty much does it for CSS, to be honest. But I haven't really went through a lot of the properties that you can use in CSS. So I'm gonna go through a few of these properties and show you, how some of these properties work, like the more common properties that's used in CSS, like you can see here with the color. That's one common, and you can change the color to whatever you want it to be. The background color, you can change it whatever color you want it to be. Padding, you can change it to color, not color. You can change it to whatever pattern you want it to be. As you saw here, it gave it a pattern around this hello world. And then we had the width. It gave it a width of 250 pixels. As you can see, this is 250 pixels from here to here, I'm assuming. Well, yeah, it is 250 pixels. So let's see what else we can do with that. So we have that, and let's just move this over. We're gonna pull this over so we can see both screens again. It makes it a little easier because we don't need that much room for CSS. Maybe about that much to do. Alright, so let's just say we can add a height to it. So we can go height, HEI, GHT, and then we can do a height of, 400 pixels. And as you can see, it just jumped off the screen, but let me do one that's not off the screen. Let's go like 200 pixels. There we go. So now that's on the screen. So PX stands for pixels, just so I know I didn't explain what that was, but that stands for pixels. So it's going by the pixel size of the screen. And let me refresh that so I get rid of that white. Oh, wait. Why didn't it give me my height? Okay, well, for some reason it didn't keep the height here. Not sure why, because this is more than 200 pixels. If I was to do 300 pixels, and there you go, 300 pixels. Alright, as you can see. But anyways, that's height. Then we also have margin, which will go on the outer borders of this box. So it'll give it a margin around that box. So instead of padding, you remember padding, it'll give you some space within inside the box. The margin, which is margin, colon, and then we'll just do another 30. That'll give it padding outside the box, if that makes sense. So you got padding outside, padding inside, or in this case it's margin, not padding. Okay, so that's how margin works. That's another commonly used element. What else you can use here? There are text, right? So let's change it up a little bit. We got 250 pixels here, so we're gonna change this to like 450. So I need to kind of show you what that look like. So that's 400 pixels, and now you see the text is okay. Oh, something's not operating correctly. Give me a second. Let me get the live view working. Alright, we're back in the game. So here we go. Now, like I said, we got our little margin around here. You can't see the whole thing because it's cutting off the screen, but I can pull it up and you can see the bottom part. Alright, there we go. But anyways, that's what that do. Now the next thing I want to do, and the reason why I made this length a little bit longer, because I'm going to use the text to move to the center. So basically what you're going to do is we're going to go back to the CSS property here, and we're going to just put text, align, and then center. And that should move this to the center of the screen. And it's doing it again. Why is it doing that to me? Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Well, anyways, it's supposed to go to the center of that screen. I don't understand why. Oh, I didn't save it, did I? Save and then refresh. Okay, that's what my issue is. So now it's in the center of the screen. And let me Instead of that 300, we're gonna go 200 pixels so you can see everything. Hit save. Don't forget to hit save, people. That's the problem that I'm having, is I'm not hitting save. Okay, but as you can see, now the text is in the center of the box here. Alright, and then what else we can do? We can also move this to the right. Well, let's not even do that part. But we know that we can do text align center, so of course we can do text align right. Yeah. As you can see here, it's on the right side, and then on the flip side, we can go text align left. And you'll see it on the opposite side. Alright. Save it. Alright. What else can we do here? Text. We did margin, we did height, we did width, which is the width of this. The height goes from top to bottom. Padding inside the box, margin outside the box, background color, change to whatever you want. The text of the color, change to whatever you want. I mean, that's basic. I mean, that's all you really need to learn CSS, to be honest. I mean, they also have floating elements, which I think I want to do in a separate video, because I think with floating objects, it's kind of like, it's more, you got to get a little more in depth with that one. So I'm not going to do the floating. You can also do, I guess, let's just say we already have a width, and let's just say we want to center this inside of the browser, right? We want this to be centered. Let me hit refresh. So instead of having just we want this whole thing to be centered here. Okay, and let's put this back center, because I like it centered, right? So that'll be centered. Hit save. So we can also do, instead of, if we want to margin this box to the center of the browser, what we'll do is we'll put margin auto. Well, we already got 30, so we just go auto here and hit save, and you'll see that it's now proportional on both sides. It's directly in the middle of the browser, as you can see. Okay, and I mean, that's pretty much the gist of CSS. I do want to break a few of these elements down. There are more. Like I said, there's floating. You got also animations, which I definitely not going to do in the basic series. You got transitions, transform. It's a few things that you can use in CSS. I'm trying to think of at least one or two more that you use commonly. Like a background image. You can also do that as well, if you was to add that. Let's see if I can find the image, right? Background, and then slash colon image, and then when you're doing the image, you want to use the URL and then the parentheses, and then you close it off with the semicolon. Now I'm not gonna close it off because I want it to automatically generate me a image, because I have no idea which image to use. So we're gonna just say outside. We're gonna go inside of I don't know, what should I go inside of? Oh, now I don't want to do it. Inside of, we don't want to go into bills. Let me see, HTML and CSS structure, tab bar ping. Okay, so let's just use that. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna put it in anyways, and just see how that works. And let's save it. And as you can see, this is the background, so I know what this is. I was making a tab bar to put on top of my websites. So this is an image, and right now, as you can see, it's behind the hello world, which I can actually, we can get rid of that hello world if we went back to our HTML property, just delete it out, cut, and then hit save. and then we go back here, hit refresh. Oh, no, what happened? Oh, I know why nothing's happening. Now, anytime you don't have an element inside of that box, it's not going to display on the screen. So you will have to add something with inside of it. Well, actually, it is. I have a height of 200, so it should show. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to my. Let's just go ahead and put this back, right? And hit undo. Hit save. Okay, now it's back. If I go back to style, and let's just say we change the color of the back. Well, that won't matter anyways. The hello world is gonna stay there regardless. Or I can say display none. But this is that image, and we can also make it into one rather than having a bunch of these, because by default the image, this is why some of these CSS properties I want to do in a separate video, because of the fact that it's more to it than just one thing that you can do. So, but I'm going to show you that real fast, and then we're going to end it on that note. So basically, by default, when you're dealing with images inside of CSS, it automatically makes it repeat. So it's going to repeat as large as your section is here. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 repeats right here. So let's just say we don't want it to repeat at all. So what we have to do then is go here and go background space dash repeat, and then we're going to say no dash repeat, because we don't want it to repeat. Alright, so now when we save it, and you probably already see it over there, now it's right there. Now the hello world is in my way, but it's there for a purpose for some reason, because when I get rid of it, oh, I know what I did wrong. I'm sorry. Let me go back to index. That's why the hello world is, I'm not supposed to get rid of the tag, just the hello world. Cut that out and hit save, and go back here, hit refresh, and now you see hello world is gone. So you can see the background color is still there, and then our image is right here. Now if we don't want to show this background color, of course we'll go back to our CSS here, and we'll just get rid of background color. And we can also get rid of the height, which will only give us just the image. Which, let me show you what we got going on. So now we got this with the background color not there anymore. Well, it is there because I never saved it. Sorry. I got to get in the habit of saving things right now. But when I hit refresh, now you see it's gone. But the height is still remains. So if I was to put something else under there, which if, you know, let's just say I put another header one here, then it's going to generate another one of these, but it's going to be underneath that height of, I think it was 200 pixels. And you can't see it, but as I scroll, you'll see it. See it? Now, if I get rid of that height, let's go back to CSS and get rid of the height. It'll only be the height of the image and not the height of the box. So save, go back here, hit refresh, and as you can see, these are two different H1 boxes, which you don't want to be structuring your website with header 1 and header 2s, but I just want to show you that real fast. And I'm just going to get rid of the, well, get rid of the one here, so we can only have one. Hit save. Now you'll see it's just one. Alright, that was kind of a long one, and there's more property tags, but I just want to basically go through the common ones, the more used ones that you're going to use when you start out, so I don't want to confuse people with other elements that they may not use right in the beginning. But this will definitely get you started, you know what I'm saying, with just starting your first website. And when I'm done with the CSS, I definitely will be building at least a one-page website, just so you can see how it works. Now I'm gonna do it like a 3 to 4 page, something like that, website, so you can, you know, get the understanding of how to start building a website. But for now, we're gonna stop at that, because like I said, There's so much more to this than what you see here. I'm just, just basically touching the surface. I'm not really doing a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? That's just the basics. Alright, but anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.